Good afternoon. Okay, so I have not been very good about vlogging today, but TBH, not really my fault. So today has been kind of a weird day. So it's 4:35 right now, p.m., mind you. I didn't get out of bed until like 10, maybe 11, I don't know, whatever. I didn't go to breakfast, I did not go to lunch. I had lunch here in my room, but I've kind of been on my grind when it came to my homework, so I finally finished problem set 4, so that one is done. I just did my bio, like, quiz, test, reflective exercise, whatever you want to call it, so that is done. That took me almost 2 hours. I was given 2.5 hours to do it, and I did it in, yeah, like, basically 2. So I'm happy that that is done. I didn't really have an option. I mean, I had to do it. It's like due tomorrow night, and I was not gonna have time tomorrow to sit down and do it for 2 hours. So I went ahead and got that done. Yes, I did my pre-class for Spanish tomorrow, but tomorrow we're doing our writing assessment. So at some point today, I'm gonna have to like look over and go over a bunch of stuff, but it looks like it's mostly going to be over imperfect versus preterite, talking about things that happened in the past, and then specifically having something to do with dating apps, partnerships, dating, something of the sort, which seems like a weird conversation topic, but it's what we've been talking about in Spanish class, so I don't know. I think the whole goal of this class is it's prep for intermediate Spanish, but I think the idea that she's got and that the class curriculum is like preparing you for real life conversations and like learning words that you actually use in your life, not like wizard, right? So it seems silly, but also like, you know, whatever, yeah. So I need to prep for my writing for that. I need to shower today. I need to do some laundry. I think that we're potentially going to be doing dinner at 6 to debrief from yesterday, because so I'm working on my Wednesday Spanish pre-class. I'm gonna try and do all of my pre-class for Spanish now, just get it done and over with, and hopefully those will all be done then pre-dinner, because if I don't shower until after dinner, that's totally fine and chill with me. I'm also going to try and sign up for Lyft at least once or twice this week. Like I'll probably just do Tuesday and Thursday early morning, because yeah, I shouldn't have a ton of homework on Tuesdays and Thursdays, or like before class on Tuesdays and Thursdays, because, well, I do, but hopefully I won't be doing it on Tuesday and Thursday morning, because both days this week I have like a reading quiz for my geo class, my atmosphere and weather course. Haven't done too hot on the last 2, but it's because she gives us the reading quizzes over the entire chapter, and the entire chapter is like 100 plus pages, and she asks us like 3 questions. So I do the reading. It's not like I don't do the reading. I do the reading. I read over her notes, her slideshows if she posts them beforehand. So like I've gone over everything, but there's just so much material that it's hard to kind of like really hammer all of it down before we learn it, because again, we haven't learned any of it yet. It's stuff that she's going to go over in class that day. So when I'm just having to do all the reading myself, like it doesn't click in my brain as easily, and so then whatever. But it's worth like a total of 10% of my grade, so I'm pretty sure that like other people who've had her in the past have never, like, have literally failed that section of the class and still have like 80s or 90s in the class. So I'm just kind of whatever, but I need to do my chapter readings then for those 2. But again, like I said, hopefully maybe that's like a tonight and tomorrow activity. I'd like to do both readings, just knock them out for the week. I need to check to see. I don't think I have another weather journal due this week, but I should make sure of that. No, it doesn't look like it. So I think that they're every other week. Ouch. So yeah, and then I also have to do all my chemistry pre-class assignments. There is another problem set due for chemistry. So I finished problem set 4 today, but problem set 5 is due the 5th, it looks like. So I still have, it's the 1st, so I still have like 4 or 5 days to do it, but again, I just need to get on top of it. So I guarantee you it will not be done tonight, and it will probably not be done by tomorrow, but the goal is to do it ASAP. So anyway, yeah, I'm being relatively productive though today, so yeah, I guess that's really it. So I've just been listening to music and whatever. But like I said, I have to do laundry today. I keep doing this every week where I'm like, I have to, and then I don't, and I don't, and I don't, and then I finally do, and then I'm like, oh, yay, great. But today, even if it means going to bed a little bit later tonight, I need to do, even if it's just one load, because I definitely have like 2, maybe 3 loads of laundry that I need to do, because I like to do my whites separate, which I know most people are not that particular, but I like to do my whites separate just to be safe, because I'm not trying to dye my whites. Sorry. Yeah. But also, like, none of our washers work right now. All of our dryers work, but none of the washers work. So we'll just have to see when stuff is available. But anyway, yeah. Okay, well, I'm gonna go finish at least this one Spanish, if not both of my Spanish pre-class, whatever that's left for the week. And then I also have a Spanish video that I have to film that's due at the end of this week, but I might try and just get that done, not now, but within the next day or 2. So anyway, I'll probably see you when I actually look like a human and I'm not in my pajamas and I'm heading to dinner, so. Okay, I finished all of my Spanish pre-class assignments for the week. So now I just have to prepare for the writing situation tomorrow in class, but I'm gonna do that after dinner, so it's like 5:49. So yeah, I still have my chemistry pre-lab assignment and my procedure writing that I have to do. I have to prepare for all my geo stuff this week. And then chemistry pre-class assignments, so I have to do readings and videos. And then I have my Spanish video due at the end of the week. And then problem set 5 for chemistry due. But it's like it. So hello, I'm back. Just got done with season 3 of Stranger Things. We just watched the last episode. I don't think you can tell anymore, but I did cry. Right. I knew I would, so. Anyway, it's basically, it is 9 o'clock right now, actively. Wow, look at that. So I think I'm gonna check my little website and see if there's any washers or dryers open. I'm gonna start my important clothing load now, so it should be done by 11 o'clock because I want to be asleep by 11:30 because I was in bed by like 1:30 this morning, I guess. I want to get to bed at a good time, so I'm gonna do that while my laundry is going. I might try and get some more work done. I might look at all my chemistry pre-class assignments. Yeah. Ooh, maybe I'll finish my chem pre-lab stuff. I'll do that. Yeah. So I think I'm just saying it out loud because I feel like saying it out loud always makes me feel a little bit more motivated and locks it in my brain a little bit better. So I have chem problem set number 5 due, I believe, at the end of this week. Right. So I think that I'm going to try and get a majority of that done tomorrow at some point, probably between my last class and my lifeguarding shift. My last class ends at 3. My lifeguarding shift starts at 7, so I'm probably gonna hit up dinner at like 6, potentially. I don't know, we'll probably go to late night, so I don't know, we'll see how I'm doing work-wise. I really hate doing my work throughout the week because I gotta really enter like a period of lock-in. Like today when I locked in for like 3 to 4 hours and I just like was hammering out assignments, it's harder for me to enter that like flow state during the week because I'm like constantly in class. So it just gets like so much. I'm like constantly learning new material, which is obviously like the point of class and the point of school. But the classes that I'm in this semester, none of them are really of any relevance to me or what I want to do with my life. they're just kind of classes that I have to take. Atmosphere and weather was my choice, and that one is actually interesting, but I hate the amount of reading that I have to do in that class. And she told me that I was doing really well in that class when I had my meeting with her, and she's like, do you want any like extra material to read or any extra like quizzes or tests or anything like that? Babe, no. I was like, yeah, I'll pass on tests. I was like, I'm not really a good test taker. Like, I'm pretty good at learning material, but the instant that I get into a testing situation, like, I just get really anxious and I forget everything. She's like, that's totally fine. She's like, what about extra readings? And I was like, you're already making me read like 100 pages a week. But sure, I guess I'll take more reading. It's really interesting, I guess. I should not have said that. I should not have said that. I was so stupid and dumb. But it's okay because I don't even really do the readings in the first place. So, I mean, I do do the readings, but not to the fullest extent. So, is that maybe why I didn't do so hot on my pre-class reading quizzes? Potentially. None of my business. I don't really care that much. Anyway, I need to do, okay, so tomorrow I have my Spanish writing. So I need to go over preterite and imperfect stuff tonight, now, preferably. That's like my chemistry pre-class assignment for tomorrow and my Spanish writing prep. That is priority number 1 for tomorrow. Or in preparation for tomorrow. So I have to do Spanish prep, that's for sure. The chem pre-class I can kind of get away with not doing because it doesn't really do much additional help. It's just kind of like assistance to the material that we'll go over in class. So yes, I also need to shower tonight. So maybe I'll set a midnight bedtime. I'll get off here in just a minute to go start laundry as long as there is a freaking thing open, because it takes about an hour and a half, give or take, a little bit more, closer to 2 hours I would say, for laundry to run through. So yeah, I'll probably, I think what I'll do, okay, here's my plan for tonight, nothing else, tonight. This is gonna be the most annoying vlog ever. I'm going to go do my laundry. It takes like 40 minutes in the washer. It's probably enough time for me to shower, but I don't want to push it. So I'm gonna do work during that. Then I'll move it to the dryer. It takes like an hour in the dryer. So I'll shower during that. Then I'll grab my stuff out of the dryer, come up here, put everything away. It should be like 11:30, 11 at that point. I can lock in for another 30 minutes, keep going over Spanish stuff, do my chemistry pre-class, and then I'll call it a night. I will read a chapter of my book, and then I will go to sleep. So, yes. And I'm also gonna journal tonight. I'm not gonna forget that. So, anyway, okay. I'm gonna go start that so it doesn't end up at like midnight by the time I'm actually getting around to any of this stuff. So, hopefully I'll update you in a little bit. Hopefully. If not, good night in advance. But hopefully, like I said, I'll get you an update. And I'm going to try and be, I say this every day, every week, but I'm going to try and be better about vlogging this week. Yeah, because I'm like kind of sick of having like only 5-minute long vlogs, which are not the worst thing, but I don't know. So there's lots of fun things happening this week, I think. I don't know. I'm working tomorrow. I'm ushering for the play. We're doing like a melancholy play, I guess. So I'm ushering Thursday night for that, and then Friday night will be Evelyn's birthday celebration. So yes, lots of fun things happening this week. I think I'm gonna go swim Tuesday and Wednesday night, and then maybe lift Thursday morning. We'll see. Anyway, bye. It's like a little after 11 maybe. I just took some cardboard down here and I just picked up my laundry. So yeah, I'm working on my chemistry pre-class stuff right now. But this is probably gonna be my official good night. So, good night.